Welcome to Hawkeye Extra, Fox 28's extended look at another big Saturday in college football and the world of sports.
Don't adjust your television sets. We are taking over the news program for just a few minutes, and we'll start in Iowa City, where two great defenses collide at Kinnick Stadium, Iowa and Michigan State.
The Spartans have the top defense in the conference. Iowa is second. So you'd understand if the Hawkeye fans at Kinnick expected a little bit of a slobber knocker in this one. Early in the game, we got a slobber knocker of a play. Jake Rudock intercepted by Darquez Denard, and he's got some speed. Takes it all the way back to the Hawkeye 30-yard line, but the Hawks defense would hold after that.
Later for the Spartans, Hawks blitz Connor Cook to McGarrett Kings, and he makes the catch, and he's gone 47 yards for the touchdown. Jared, it's 10-zip.
Yeah, second quarter, though, Jake Rudock finally gets the offense going. This pass to Matt Vandenberg is Iowa's first down of the game with just about 6 minutes left in the half. But it sparks the Hawkeyes because a couple of plays later, Rudock finds Damon Bullock, and he wore his PF Flyers today. Look at the speed, 47 yards for the score. Next Iowa possession, it's Rudock to CJ Fedorowicz, the big tight end. That's why he's got NFL scouts salivating. Hawks go ahead 14-10 at the break.
Yeah, they scored quickly, but in the second half, the Spartans took the control right back. Cook to Benny Fowler. Cook completed passes to 9 different receivers today. This one gave the Spartans the lead again, and then MSU set to punt. It's a fake! And of course, they converted. Iowa's now given up 6 straight fake punts for first downs, dating back to 2010. The Spartans would turn that into a field goal. Early in the fourth now, MSU looking to take complete control. James Morris, though, makes the incredibly athletic play. The tip and the interception. The Hawks have life, Jared.
So late fourth quarter, Hawks down 12. Need a rally. Rudock going deep to Damon Powell, but there's that man again. Darquez Denard. 2 picks today. Still, Iowa had a chance, minute left, think a touchdown, an onside kick, and then maybe a miracle. So get the touchdown, right? No. Rudock's pass falls incomplete on fourth down. No miracle today. The Hawks fall 26-14. Cook for Michigan State, by the way, with a career high in both completions and yards. Spartan defense held Iowa to just 23 yards rushing. Not a very good day for the Hawkeye offense, was it?
This is a loss. Last week was a win. That was great. And today's a loss. That's not so good. But we'll do what we did, a couple of weeks back. We'll go back to work tomorrow, take a look at the film, and see what we can do better.
A loss is a loss. Losses are always tough. And, you got to move on from them, though. You can't let one loss ruin a season.
If I could express one thing here, it would be optimism. I still feel that we're a team that hasn't played up to our potential, and that makes me optimistic. It's just kind of unfortunate that I think sometimes to understand where your failings are, or, your shortcomings, you need to be exposed in those areas.
The biggest area the Hawks were exposed in today was the last place they expected, their running game. A week after their defense held Minnesota 252 yards below their rushing average, today the Spartans gave the Hawkeye offense a taste of their own medicine. I was at Kinnick today for a very frustrating afternoon for the Iowa offense. For a team averaging 244 rushing yards per game, this was tough to swallow.
It hurts they're doing that. We want to be able to run the ball, and that's what we pride ourselves on, and give them credit. They stopped it today.
Of course, we want to run the ball as much as we can, and we were down early, so they were stopping the run. We had to go to the pass game pretty much.
Michigan State held the Hawkeyes to just 23 rushing yards total as a team. And even though the passing game kept them in it early, the Spartans had their way with the Hawkeyes in the trenches.
They're a great physical team, the whole 9 yards. Everybody was physical. They were attacking. They could tackle, and they didn't miss many tackles. And that's what good teams do.
We knew it was going to be tough. They're a good defensive football team, but at the same time, we thought we could run the ball. It just didn't work out. They just executed better than we did. Defensively versus offensively.
To put into perspective just how much the Hawkeyes struggled on the ground today, think of it this way. Michigan State's punter, Mike Sadler, on that one fake punt, had as many rushing yards as the Hawkeyes did in the entire ball game.
The entire game, there really wasn't anything I didn't think that we did to indicate we were taking control. You have to be able to run the ball effectively. Again, we didn't come in thinking we'd get 280 on these guys. That wasn't our thought coming in, but we were hoping that we could run it effectively.
It's one game against a good team. so don't expect the Hawkeyes to start panicking.
I'll predict this. They're going to go on and win a few games. They're not bad, and we plan on doing the same thing. So we're not going to change our identity. We're going to keep just trying to get better at what we do.
All right, Landon, to make things worse today, the Spartans added injury to insult as they dominated the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, usually it's the other way around, but 5 of Iowa's major players all missed significant time in today's game with injuries, including Dominic Alvis and Cavante Martin-Manley, Brandon Scherf there, who were both injured badly enough to miss the entire second half, though Scherf did play.
It wasn't just those guys, by the way. Mark Weissman hurt his ankle. You mentioned Brandon Scherf, missed a good chunk of the game. Even Christian Kirksey limped off the field in the fourth quarter. The good news is you got a bye week coming up to give them time to heal or maybe give some other players some time to learn. As for today, the Hawks won't use the injuries as an excuse for the loss, just an opportunity for others.
Next man in, whoever's up, we got to be ready to go. And if he wasn't in there, he wasn't in. But just have to understand, hey, who do you have in? And let's go. Let's play full throttle.
It doesn't help, but that wasn't the story of the game. And that experience of playing will help them against really tough competition. Most of the stuff we have is either muscle, mild sprains, those types of things. At least as of right now, that's what I'm hearing. So there's nothing really significant.
A significant play this afternoon came on special teams, something that's becoming a trend for the Hawkeyes. But today, it wasn't them making the play. It was Michigan State. On a 4th and 7 in the fourth quarter, Mike Sadler took that snap. He used both his legs instead of just the one to kick it. A 25-yard scamper for the first down. The Hawks have now given up 6 straight fake punts for first downs, dating back since 2010. That's another trend, but Michigan State is guilty of another trend, which makes falling for the fake even more frustrating.
Historically, they've taken chances in the special teams, taken chances or, run fakes, gadgets, whatever. So that wasn't a surprise at all, and we were aware of that. And it's a good job on their part. We had a return set up, and they hit us where we were weak.
Before they even broke the huddle, I ran over there and told them watch the fake. I just thought 4th and 7, in the fourth quarter, why not, they ran it and they executed better than us, so you got to give them credit.
When will the fake punts end? Some news on the Cyclone front today as well. The Big 12 took action against Coach Paul Rhodes for his post-game tirade after their loss to Texas. You remember he was pretty animated in saying the refs blew a call on a late Texas fumble. Well, today the Big 12 was pretty animated in issuing an official reprimand to Coach Rhodes, saying, quote, although more severe action was possible, he's being issued a public reprimand. Coach Rhodes is also put on notice that future incidents may result in a more serious penalty. By the way, the Big 12 also reprimanded a Texas player for a cheap shot during the games, but no suspensions were handed out. No, just a couple, yeah. Slap on the wrist.
We haven't suspended our news people at Fox 28, don't worry. Here's Matt Hamill with a look at today's top stories.
Guys, thank you. A lot going on.
Let's get back to the Big Ten, where today Minnesota had to bounce back from the pummeling they took last week against Iowa.
Yeah, but a couple major factors were working against them. First of all, they're facing Michigan. Second, but more seriously, this morning Coach Jerry Kill suffered another epileptic seizure, and he missed today's game. That's his 5th seizure on a game day in the last 3 years. So we go to the highlights where defensive coordinator Tracy Claeys took over for the coach. The team played some inspired football to start. First quarter, Mitch Leidner goes up top to Max Williams, who goes up and gets it over the defender for the score. That game is tied. Second quarter, though, all Michigan. Devin Gardner. He can run or he can throw. This time he throws over the middle to Devin Funchess. Bunches of Funchess. They take the lead. Second half, it's Fitzgerald Toussaint. From Funchess to Toussaint, it's all touchdowns no matter what your last name is when you're with Michigan. Then in the fourth quarter, Minnesota desperately trying to rally. Leidner, I don't know who that was to. I think it was to Blake Countess. Funchess, Fitzgerald, Toussaint, Gardner, Countess. 72 yards for the touchdown. By the way, the Little Brown Jug, the oldest trophy in the Big Ten, is celebrating its 114th season. It's staying in Ann Arbor. 42-13 is your final.
Elsewhere in the Big Ten, Nebraska hosting Illinois. No score in the first until now. Amir Abdullah, he takes the handoff and he's going to pound his way in. 2 yards, fighting for that score. The Cornhuskers take the early lead. Now, no Taylor Martinez tonight due to an injured toe, but Tommy Armstrong Jr. channeling his inner Kenny Guyton. The backup quarterback Kool-Aid spreading throughout the conference. Quincy Anunwa scores the touchdown there, but the Huskers are about the ground game. Imani Cross, he's in for the touchdown. Nebraska wins this one easily, 39-19.
Pretty big game going on right now, and it's Northwestern with a 3-point lead over Ohio State in Evanston late in the fourth quarter, 23-20. The Cats leading the Buckeyes. We don't call this little segment Hawkeye Extra for nothing. We call it that because we have extra. Coming up next, Northern Iowa football. The Panthers at North Dakota State play a top 5 matchup that lives up to the hype.
And later, only one thing can make Zach Johnson look this happy on the golf course. See the amazing shot he hit to help Team America in the President's Cup. Jennifer?
But first, we're going to take a look at